with RWAs, you can't make an RWA without something like proof of reserves. Then you need to add identity data if you want another bank or asset manager to purchase it, because they need to comply with AML KYC, and therefore they need identity information attached to the asset. And then you need to settle the asset's value daily through NAV or price or some other thing. So that's already 3 pieces of data just to have one RWA. So we enable them to generate that RWA. But then once they generate the RWA, their second problem is liquidity and access to the many different chains from which people could purchase the RWA. That's where CCIP comes in and allows the various other banks, asset managers, CSDs, all the other market participants to connect to that RWA. And because of the efficiencies created by how CCIP is designed, to gain access to that in a way that can keep them on their own systems. So they can stay in their system, they can stay on their own chain, and they can still access your RWA, even purchase it and have it returned to them. And by lowering this integration burden by all the customers that you would want to buy your RWA, we can rapidly increase the size of the market that can access your RWA, which is the fundamental thing that RWA creators want. They want a market that will purchase that asset. And then the third problem that needs to be solved and is getting solved with our help is once the RWA moves from the chain where it is created into the chain where it is purchased, you want it to remain updated. You want the real world asset to remain real world. And because the real world asset was created using a set of data standards that is compatible with the system that moved the asset. So namely, you use the Chainlink data standards like proof of reserves to make the RWA asset, the Chainlink identity standard to comply with AML KYC, the Chainlink price standards to create a daily settlement price for the asset. And then you also moved it over CCIP, which is compatible with all that. You're now able to get an asset that whether it goes to chain B and then it gets resold to chain C and gets resold to chain D, it will remain updated. It will remain what is known as a golden record. And so it's not just about making the better assets. It's about making them, connecting them to liquidity, connecting them to all the counterparties that want to gain access to them, and allowing those assets to remain connected to all the data, to all the systems, while they move across many, eventually hundreds of different chains, so that the asset can be resold and maintain its real world properties.